Hello, this video will be a bit of a follow-up to a recent one I did, harmonic numbers, cool and useful, but uh, this one I want to talk mainly about ancient systems of measure and to especially focus on the Greco-Roman scales. Now I'll go more into future about how the Greek and Roman scales are so closely connected to the Indus and to ancient Egypt. But in this video I'll be using the example of Abraham Rees and Encyclopedia from 1819. Very cool book. It's got a lot of references where it's still talking in the old scales of things. But most interestingly, there's a few entries there regarding Greco-Roman weights and how they were reduced, or the conversion into the English grain. And the introduction of the English grain is interesting, goes back much further than what the official books say, but we'll stick with these for the moment. And if we do a comparison with the harmonic numbers chart, you see again how the same sets of numbers appearing again and again. These numbers that have very geometric, astronomical and musical implications. So that's up to the ounce, and then you look from the ounce and onwards. So 432, 864, 1296 English grain. And we'll do the same thing. So again, we see how if you include and go up through the entire weight scale, you know, you're pretty much ticking off all of the numbers there. Even if you scan back to the picture, a lot of the ones that are missing here are actually in there, but I'm just focusing on the English grain system. So once again, it's just one of these things where in the modern world, but really across the ancient world, these same sets of numbers, the same maths keeps appearing in myths and legends, but most importantly in weights and measures. And for instance, the Greco-Roman system, if we compare it to the Vedic numbers and from ancient India, exactly the same numbers appearing over and over again. It's just another one of these things which is explained away as coincidence by the establishment, but you know, I think if you go through them clearly, you can see it's there from the modern into the ancient, across the continents, geometry, astronomy, music, arithmetic. The same numbers again in TV screens in the modern era, but if we look the triangle and the square and all of the polygons to an all of them really, but focusing on the pentagon and coming up next for hexagon, again the same numbers appearing, same numbers that have so many other connections, and all these numbers again always coming back to this Pythagorean scale. So quick review from Encyclopedia 1819, the Greco-Roman weights and their divisions and how they were aligned to the English grain system, which in fact is much older and was a reintroduction, not the birth of a new system, but the reintroduction of an older system, and that this combination of the old and the modern, so to speak, though, it should be no surprise because they will always come back to this same system and the importance of these numbers, which is why they're used so much in temple architecture and mythology and so much more. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.
Ooh.